Angry guy here, and wow. So the recession is now official and investors are rushing to Bitcoin. Yeah, like I didn't call this. I mean, yeah. So the recession is now official. Investors are rushing to Bitcoin. In this latest US news, Bitcoin news in general. I mean, guys, this is just through the roof. Through the roof. So the recession is now official. I mean, I'm not talking about simply the yield curve. I'm talking about it's now official. We are now officially in a recession. All right. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show it to you in just a moment. This is actually coming from slate.com. All right. People are panicking. Wall Street is panicking. Wall Street is panicking. The sky is falling. Okay, guys. So here it is. The single most reliable recession indicator of the past 50 years has officially started blaring. This is from July 3rd, okay? This article came out at 8:23 a.m. in the United States, all right? And it is from Slate, okay? So here we go. Oh my gosh. If you believe the signals coming out of the bond market, it might be time to start counting down until our next recession. As of this week, the U.S. Treasury yield curve has now been inverted for a full quarter, an incredibly dull-sounding turn of events that happens to be an unusually reliable warning sign that an economic downturn is on the way. The yield curve has flipped prior to each of the last 7 official recessions over the past 50 years without a single false alarm during that stretch, guys. Without a single false alarm. If securities could talk, in other words, they'd be screaming about trouble ahead. When finance types say that the yield curve is inverted, what that really means is that the typical order of the debt market that prevails when the economy is healthy has been turned on its head. Usually long-term US government bonds offer higher yields than short-term ones, okay? Because buyers demand higher interest rates in return for locking up their money for greater periods of time. Basically, people aren't making money. People are making money from the money that's the banks right now. There are a few reasons why this is the case, but a big one is that it takes longer to get repaid. The more risk there is, that inflation will eat up your investment. When the yield curve is inverted, however, the opposite becomes true. The returns on long-term bonds dips below returns on short-term ones. Again, there are many reasons that this could happen, but it's generally interpreted as a sign that the market expects weak or non-existent growth in the coming years and very little inflation. Okay. Nobody believes the yield curve actually caused the recession, mind you. It might encourage some business executives to cut back on investment or hiring because they think a recession is in the offing. But mostly, an inversion is just viewed as particularly telling gauge of the market sentiment. Are markets always right? Of course not. But the yield curve has a remarkable track record as a leading indicator. It has predicted all of the recession stretching back to the Eisenhower era with just one false positive. That was in the mid-1960s when the curve inverted briefly and growth plummeted. But we didn't quite go negative. Okay, guys. The yield curve started to invert back in March. Okay, which led to a good deal of worried commentary. As one Wall Street Journal columnist put it, the market's most reliable recession indicator is finally flashing red. So why is the news worth flagging now more than it was 2 weeks ago? A Duke University finance professor, Campbell Harvey, has found the yield curve only seems to predict a downturn in growth once it has been inverted on average for a full quarter of the economic calendar. Guess what, guys? We just hit a full quarter. We've now reached that point, he says, based on 2 commonly tracked pairs of bonds. Yields on 5-year treasuries sat below yields on 3-month bills for the entire second quarter of 2019. The average yield on 10-year treasury bonds was also lower than the average yield on 3-month bills during that period. Harvey is the economist who first noticed the relationship between the yield curve and recessions back in the 1980s, guys. Back in the 1980s. Okay, guys. So the father of the yield curve. All right, the father of the yield curve. Okay, let's just call it the father of the yield curve. The guy who basically noticed the original relationship between the yield curve and recessions back in the 1980s. Who is a professor, finance professor at finance professor at Duke University, okay, is telling everyone we are in a recession, okay? So he's considered an important authority on the subject. Important. He's the authority. He's the authority. Guys, he's the authority. He's never been wrong. Guys, since the 1980s, he's never been wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. It's been 30 years. It's 1980s. It's been at least 30 years or more now. Prove me wrong. All right. Even he cautions that it's just one indicator and that this time could always be different. After all, there have only been a handful of recessions over the decades, meaning we're trying to predict the future based on a relatively small sample size of historical data. And if the yield curve is signaling a recession, we might have to wait a while for it to happen. It sometimes takes more than a year for them to officially announce the recession after we enter a recession. Guys, this is crazy. Still, Harvey puts it, the alarm's gone off. The alarm's gone off. Guys, you have to be, I don't know where people are right now. Now, guys, here's something interesting. This article comes from this actually comes from News BTC, okay? This is from a Bitcoin website. A Bitcoin website, one of the largest Bitcoin websites out there. What's happening? This article just came out. All right, this article is a recent article. And what, guys, look at this. Industry exec, Bitcoin to be escape hatch in impending global recession. All right, guys, the executives, all right, all the rich people are using Bitcoin, buying up Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin's sitting at $11,322. It's gone up by like $1,000 since yesterday. But hey, like I said, everything's gonna be okay. All right. Don't listen to the angry mad guy. Don't listen to him. What does he know? All right. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. You really think it's gonna be okay? Do you really think it's gonna be okay? Because I know and you know it's not gonna be okay. But if you want to sit on your hands and keep on believing that it's gonna be okay, then you do what you have to do. You do you and I'll do me. All right? Let's make it that simple. Shoot. In the eyes of many across the globe, including anti-establishment figures, credited and established economists and consumers, the macroeconomy could be on the verge of collapse. In fact, in a recent Bloomberg op-ed, Narayana Kocherlakota, all right, I totally screwed that. No, I think I actually got that. The former president of the Federal Reserve of the Minneapolis arm, former president of the Federal Reserve's Minneapolis arm, advised his old employer to prepare for a crisis. But Bitcoin may be a way out, an escape hatch, as put by Shapeshift chief executive and crypto entrepreneur Eric Vorher, okay? Next, there has never been a global recession since Bitcoin was created. Next time it happens, there's an escape hatch. The case for a recession, while the economy seems to be doing better than ever, certain fiscal and economic yields aren't looking all too hot. For instance, the U.S. Treasury bond yield curve recently saw a negative spread across between the 3 and 10-year notes, which is a sign that historically predicted recessions. Okay, oilcrisis.com, Great Recession. All right, But so guys, yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. Debt across the board, especially sovereign debt, is surmounting all-time highs on daily basis. So basically, foreign country debt is just through the roof. So a lot of these foreign countries are just going to collapse, just like Venezuela, and they're going to be using Bitcoin to buy food. Guys, again, it's literally that. They're going to be using Bitcoin to buy food because their national currency is going to collapse. All of these countries, their national currency is going to collapse. So, of course, they're going to turn to Bitcoin, all right, and other cryptocurrency. In fact, since the 2008 fiscal debacle, the nominal value of all forms of debt has increased by dozens of trillions of dollars as central banks across the globe bolster their balance sheets. Firms borrow more to promote their growth, and consumers spend more than ever, all while lenders are seemingly becoming more lenient with each passing day. According to Trace Mayer, a longtime Bitcoiner and a zealous anti-centralization thinker, society has accumulated $87 trillion more debt as humanity's relentless lust for growth continues, accentuating the governments and society at large haven't learned from the past mistakes. The US alone has seen its national debt breach 22 trillion mere weeks ago, up from 8 trillion when the recession peaked. All right, guys, don't forget that we're headed for $2 trillion in student loan debts. We're already at 1.5 trillion, and we're headed for $2 trillion by either next year or 2021. Between 2020 and 2021, we'll be hitting $2 trillion in student loan debt. 2 trillion. We're at 1.5 trillion right now, and we're headed for 2 trillion. And keep in mind that the entire U.S. national debt is $22 trillion. All right, 22 trillion, and very soon, within a year or two, the student loan debt in the United States will account for literally, hear me out, literally almost roughly 10% of the national debt. 10%. Now, guys, I want to point something out about this national debt that we have here. This is a national debt that has happened over time from kicking the can down the road. All right? This is something that's happened over the last 50, 60, 70, 80 years from kicking the can down the road. Here's the thing. This $2 trillion in student loan debt, this is something that's mostly accrued in the last 20 years, 10 to 20 years. All right? That's how bad it is. So I want you guys to understand just how insane the student loan debt crisis actually is. All right? Let's continue on because this is good stuff. So we're actually up to $22 trillion, up from 8 trillion when the recession peaked in 2008. So guys, from 2008 to 2019, just 11 years, we have literally guys, accrued massive amounts of debt. Massive amounts of debt. About $14 trillion of additional debt. All right? In just 11 years? Guys, you gotta be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. But you know why that happened, right? A lot of it because they've been printing money. They've been paying for debt with debt. That's what's been happening. They've been paying for debt with debt. Guys, why do you think, how do you go from $8 trillion from 8 trillion to 22 trillion in just 11 years? That's because you're printing money and you're printing money to pay debt with debt, all right? They're paying debt with debt and hoping no one asks questions. Because if anyone asks questions, then hey, what are you gonna do? We're America. And all these other countries started doing the same thing and figured, hey, well, if America's doing it, we can do it too. And who's going to call us on it? All right. And all these execs, they're putting their money into Bitcoin. They're rushing to Bitcoin. All right. The economy's outlook is so harrowing that Ray Dalio, all right, the co-founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, recently drew eerie parallels between today and the Great Depression. Not Great Recession, guys. Great Depression. What we're seeing today is not mimicking the Great Recession, guys, in 2008. It's mimicking the Great Depression. Correct? Great Depression, 1929, when the stock markets crashed and all kinds of bad stuff started happening and hobo culture became a norm. In a comment made at Davos, the world-renowned investor who has become a market pessimist as of late, explained that from 1929 to 1932 there was a lot of printing of money. What did I just say? And purchases of financial assets. They're buying up debt. They're buying up corporate debt. That's all they're doing. Much like today, even BitMEX's research division has chimed in on the matter of the case for a recession. As reported by News BTC previously, the team of researchers and analysts noted that the current financial system is currently unstable and fragile, backing their claim by drawing attention to the dichotomy between the overall lack of volatility and sudden spikes in the VIX. They noted that this instability has only been underscored by low interest rates and a tumultuous political climate. Think Brexit, Trump, China, and the yellow vest, making it all the more likely that a crisis is brewing under the surface. Why Bitcoin is the answer, you guys ask? So what's a way to opt out of a crisis? According to many pundits, that's Bitcoin. As the asset isn't centrally controlled, has a deflationary supply issuance schedule. Think about this, and is not correlated, and is a non-correlated asset that exists independently of any traditional system. Okay, save for the internet, as Kling, a Wall Street turned anti-estimate thinker, explained. The cryptocurrency's value proposition as a non-sovereign, hard cap supply, global, immutable, decentralized digital money could be just what modern consumers are looking for in a market rife with uncertainty, a way out of this ongoing fiscal experiment that many argue benefits the wealthy before the underprivileged. The Ikai C-suite head adds that central banks and governments are proving the profound need for such a digital asset, not discrediting it. In other words, if any government takes on heavy debt and defaults, Bitcoin benefits. Venezuela, guys, I told you, when all these countries, a lot of these small countries that have been printing money, their value of their money is going to collapse like Venezuela, and it's going to be crazy when you're seeing it happening in like countries that you never thought this could happen in, places like Norway. I don't want to say Norway, but Sweden and maybe even Norway. Like these types of places, you're going to be shocked when you witness their currencies collapsing. All right, even in places like Germany, what? You're like, this is not possible. It happened in Greece. It happened in Greece. You think things are doing great in Greece right now? Things are miserable in Greece right now. All right? It's been, what, like 7 years, 8 years, 9 years? It's been a while since that happened. All right. In other words, if any government takes on heavy debt and defaults, Bitcoin benefits. If hyperinflation makes US dollars nothing more than glorified toilet paper, Bitcoin benefits. You get the point. Guys, what do I always call Bitcoin? All right? If hyperinflation makes US dollars nothing more than glorified toilet paper, Bitcoin benefits. Let me make this very clear to you. All right? Let me make this real clear to you. US dollars are not glorified toilet paper, okay? Maybe to the government, not to us, because they're worth less than the paper than they are printed on. Not only that, all right? I like Charmin. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, guys, listen to me. You're gonna have people trading in sheets of toilet paper, not sheets of, not bills, all right? Not US dollar bills, sheets of toilet paper, all right? I'll think this is a joke. With the US interest expenses on track to surpass the tax receipts themselves by 2022, meaning that America will be paying more in interest on its debt than the tax it receives. Guys, we'll be paying more in interest on our debts than we'll be paying in the taxes that we're collecting, creating a negative, likely never-ending feedback loop. Only one option will be left. Print the debt away. Guys, print the debt. What did I tell you? You don't have to be a genius to figure this stuff out. print the debt away. So basically, we need to print another, 10 to 20 trillion dollars to make up for this debt. This is to print another 10 to 20 trillion dollars to deal with this debt, and we should be all right. We might just add another 10 trillion in there just for good measure. Let's just call it a flat 30 trillion right now. We'll use that as a starting point. Let's go and call it a flat 30 trillion right now. Yeah, guys, this is definitely not going to result in the value of fiat currency going to zero, which is what it traditionally does. All right, no, everything's gonna be okay, guys. Don't listen to me. I'm just a guy who's been telling you guys this stuff for years. What do I know? I may have even predicted some of the crypto spike and all of this other stuff that's happening. A lot of this, but hey, what do I know? What do I know? Go play in the sandbox with listen. Go play in the sandbox with Sandy, man, and you'll be good. Just print the debt away, and then Bitcoin would have likely won. Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. Look at this. Bitcoin investor, all right? This is 4 hours ago. Billionaire investor, guys, a billionaire investor has just said, this is from 4 hours ago, Bitcoin to hit $20,000 as institutions continue sorting. In Taiwan on Wednesday, Nouriel Rohde was a bearish Bitcoin as ever before. The career market cynic who famously called the 2008 Great Recession, which ironically enough was the catalyst that spawned the first cryptocurrency, I love it, quipped that the entire industry is rife with scammers, criminals, degenerates, and so on. Despite these harrowing comments from Dr. Doom, as The Economist, a longtime crypto hater is lovingly known, investors seem to be as bullish as ever on Bitcoin. All right? This article from today. Speaking to Bloomberg on Tuesday, Mike Novogratz, the chief executive of crypto merchant bank Galaxy Digital, doubled down on his buy-in commentary on this budding market. In an interview, the Wall Street investor claimed that in the coming years, he expects Bitcoin to skyrocket higher, even moon. But what exactly is his thesis? Don't worry about the Bitcoin price fall. Reassuring investors right off the bat, Novogratz, also known as Novo, noted that he believes the drawdown from 13,800 has paused for the time being. In fact, he explained that more likely than not, Bitcoin is poised to consolidate from here, implying a trading range of $10,000 to $14,000. The psychological price point and key technical level, respectively, of 0.618 Fibonacci, respectively. Okay, a brief aside, Novogratz announced last week that Galaxy sold a portion of his BTC holdings in the $13,000 range because it felt as though the market was getting overextended in front of the, he stated, for this matter, I did say before that we had gone parabolic. There was way too much energy in the market and we were going to consolidate. I trade a portion of corporate coins possibly at a time. Notice, guys, they sold at 13,000, not at 15,000, all right? I kept telling you guys, don't sell at 15. Seasoned investors understand just the basic psychology that everyone is waiting to sell at 15. So you don't sell at 15, all right? Oh my gosh. Indeed, there are an array of indicators and analysts claiming that BTC finding some stability around current levels is likely, all right? But here's where things get even more interesting regarding this. What comes after this period of consolidation? According to Novo, fresh all-time high, meaning a move past $20,000. He claims that if institutions continue to foray into the space, whether that be Spotify, Visa, Uber, Facebook, through Libra or otherwise, the aforementioned milestone should come with ease. Elaborating, the investors explained, I'm not selling the next time we see 14,000. Guys, listen to what he just said. I'm not selling the next time we see 14,000. All right? The second time we reach that level, there's maybe a move to 20,000. I don't expect this in the next few weeks, all All right. But the next wave will come when the institutions, the state of X, Texas Teacher Union, and those guys come in, and you will see Bitcoin hit 20,000 and higher. Oh my gosh, guys. People, I don't know. As aforementioned, you have news of companies involved in Facebook's Libra project, which also includes PayPal, A16Z, Coinbase, Booking Holdings, and countless others, plus an array of crypto startups, most of which are backed by Wall Street institutions, have launched and are launching vehicles for the industry. Ledger X, Ares X, and BackT come to mind. It's clear that institutions are well on their way into the industry, but when they start to make their presence known remains to be seen. Guys, I'm telling you right now, do not, all right? Whenever I've shaken the warning bell, all right? Those who've listened to me have made massive profit, all right? I'm shaking that warning bell right now. I'm shaking that warning bell right now, okay? Get on it. Don't forget, guys, we're running a sale on crypto money right now. We're running a flash sale where all the courses are currently on sale. And we have a brand new course for you guys, which is when to take profits so you don't lose everything. I'm in love with this course, all right? And basically, because a lot of people are losing money right now as they're investing in cryptocurrency because they don't know when to take profit. And I've talked about this before. This is a new course that I'm putting on. I'm telling you exactly when to take profit. You're going to learn how to avoid losing everything you've invested. You're going to get profit-taking resources. I put a bonus lesson in there that's going to teach you to sell the rumor, buy the news, and you're going to make massive profit with this method. You're also going to you're going to learn when to take profit from crypto. You're going to learn avoiding investor traps. And of course, the most important thing that will always ensure that you will win at investing. You can also purchase a membership. The memberships it's $299 a month or $2,000 for a year. And we actually have a discount code available for you right now. It works through the 4th of July. And this will actually allow you to get a membership at half price off. So you'll be able to get a membership half price off. So yeah, at $150 a month instead of $300 a month, which is incredible. So you can find the code in the description of the video if you want to use that code and get 50% off on the membership levels. As for the courses, guys, as I've said, we have tons of crazy courses right here. All these courses are now on sale. We have how to choose and invest for 4th of July, how to choose and invest in altcoins that will increase by 100,000 times and make you massive profit. That course is $299. You really need to pick that up. You need to get the strategy you must use to become a crypto millionaire. All right. Again, convert cryptocurrencies without using an exchange, how to quickly withdraw your crypto and cash from any ATM, and other crypto to cash quick conversion methods, how to time the crypto market and make massive profit. That's a $299 course. Get it for $99.99 right now. You also get how to take profits from cryptocurrency again and not lose your entire investment. That's another course which I've designed for you guys on top of the brand new course, when to take profits so you don't lose everything. All right, you guys need to learn this, and I actually tell you the exact day. I basically give you everything in this course because so many of you are just not listening. So again, don't forget to pick up this course, when to take profits so you don't lose everything. I just put that out because a lot of you are doing that right now, and I am so worried. All right, so it's going to teach you exactly how the markets operate and why you shouldn't be selling at 15,000 or 20,000. It's going to teach you all of this stuff, and it's also going to give you a bunch of additional tips and resources to increase your profitability while taking profits. So you're going to get maximum profits and minimize losses. We also have how to get tons of cryptocurrency for free without mining or paying for it. That course is just $99.99 right now. It's usually $199. You also have mastering the Ethereum blockchain, mastering the Ethereum wallet and blockchain, which goes for $159.99. You pick it up for $99.99. You have how to choose and invest in altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times or more. That course is $300. You can get that course for $99.99. And of course, there's nothing like an old favorite. All right, we have how to buy Bitcoins anonymously and through secret methods. For those of you that want to invest in crypto, you're going to have to know how to buy Bitcoins and where to buy them if you want to invest. And to be honest, you're going to end up paying a crazy premiums if you don't know. With this course, you're going to basically learn how to buy Bitcoin through various different methods, practically how to buy them with cash. You also get introduction to day trading, cryptocurrency for a living, and you get introduction to cryptocurrency. It says all the courses are $99.99. This is Introduction to Day Trading Crypto. That one right now is still at $179. That one will be updated in just a little bit after the stream ends. You'll get that for one. If you are interested in that, that'll be also going for $99.99. Okay, and this sale is happening through July 4th, so you have until July 4th to go and pick up a course, get any course you want. As if you don't know anything about Bitcoin at this point, don't just try to jump in because you're gonna regret it. You should pick up the Introduction to Cryptocurrency course. Don't just try to Google around, or else you're just gonna end up losing your entire investment. So it's very, very important for you guys to do that. Very, very important. Don't play games with your futures. All right. Guys, let me know what you're thinking, what you've invested in. As I said, guys, the coins you should be investing in right now are not Bitcoin. You shouldn't be buying Bitcoin. You should be investing in altcoins, crap coins, because those are the coins that everyone is going to rush into as they realize they will never have they'll never have the chance to own a single Bitcoin. Another thing is that institutional investors are there right now. They're in love with the Bitcoin, but they're going to be taking massive note of the altcoin market, and they're going to pump massive amounts of money into the altcoin markets, guys. I'm telling guys, you're gonna see the altcoin markets skyrocketing higher than Bitcoin, and you're gonna wonder how is this happening? Because the institutional investors are going to realize that they have much bigger opportunities to make massive returns there. The biggest problem with you guys, with a lot of you guys, is that you think that you're gonna start buying when the markets are skyrocketing up. And you're like, oh my gosh, I need to buy some now, and you're only going to think that there's nowhere to go but up. All right. Like, oh, what the heck does Angry know? Now is the right time to invest. And I've said this countless times. When everyone is buying, you should be selling. And when everyone's selling, you should be buying. And a lot of you are going to be fooled because you're going to see the market. You're going to see it shooting up. You're going to see like altcoins going for $1,000, $2,000. Maybe somebody will even hit 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. BCH, Bitcoin Cash will probably hit, I think, like 5,000, maybe even 10,000 at some point. And a lot of you guys are going to be saying, what does Angry know? All right, now is the right time to be investing, okay? Because before, there was a terrible time. There was nothing happening. People were losing money. Now you should be investing. And you're gonna go and invest at that point. And then all of a sudden, the market's gonna crash, all right? You're going to see a massive sell-off on various markets. And you're going to say, what the heck is happening? Why is this happening? I lost all my money. And you're going to put money that you don't have because you're desperate right at that point. You're going to be desperate. So you're going to invest money you really didn't have. You're going to lose all of it. And then you're going to say crypto is a complete and utter scam. Then you're going to say the markets are dead once and for all. And you're going to hear, if I'm still around at that point, like making videos, because I might just be off living my life, I'll be telling everyone, okay, guys, the markets are going down now. Now you should be buying. And people, you're going to say, are you insane? Don't you see what's happening? They're never going to go higher than this ever again. You're a madman. You're a madman. All right? And then people who listen to me are going to buy. We're going to buy it up. We're going to buy it up dirt cheap all over again. All right, and from the using the money that we made, the massive profits that we made, and then we're just going to sit back and wait at our leisure for the markets to go back up. And you're going to watch on the sidelines, crying and angry, saying that this was the equivalent of the dot-com bubble, and it's not fair as the markets continue to skyrocket. But you're upset because you put all your eggs in one basket. You got greedy and you invested when you should be. You started buying when you should be selling, and started selling when you should be buying. All right. And then at that point, you have no one else to blame but yourself. Like I said, if you don't want that to be you, all right? If you're not about that life, and you don't want to end up in that situation where you end up losing everything, okay? Because you did not know how to properly invest. You did not understand how the markets actually work, okay? And like I said, you should be taking when to take. First off, everyone, like I said, should be picking up the how to choose and invest in altcoins that will increase by 10 times to 1,000 times or more. All right. And also, you should be getting tons of coins for free right now. You should be stocking up on free coins. Okay. You need to learn how to time the market. Okay, learn how to time the market so you can make massive profit. You gotta learn how to time the market. That course is $300. You can get it for $99.99 right now. And then of course, you're gonna learn when to take profits so you don't lose everything. But hey, do what you've got to do. What you want to do. Do what you want to do. All right. Because if you're about that life, like I said, I'm not about that. I don't ever want to see homelessness again. It's a miserable life. But do what makes you happy, bro. Do what makes you happy. All right. Let me know what you guys are investing in. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you think about this insane recession that's upon us right now, how you're preparing. I want to know what you guys think, because right now, I'll tell you what I think. I think it's going to be bad, and it's not just me. It's a whole lot of people. It's a whole lot of people, okay? Unbelievable, doctor. Chad says if you want to avoid, okay. Daniel Utley says, what's up, Angry? What's going on, Daniel? What's going on, bro? See, Daniel has been working on his investments, all right? Unlike some of y'all, he's been working on his investments, all right? You guys need to keep on working hard, putting in the hard work, learning and investing. Guys, guys, listen to me. I work out hard. I hit the gym, then I hit the track, then I come home and I start working, then I go back out and I go work and I go hit the track again, then I come home and I start working out again. Guys, this is no joke. This is no joke. Right now, I'm going hard. I'm going hard, okay? Because listen to me, there's no shame in being scared, but there is shame in not doing anything about it. And a lot of you aren't doing anything. Just being real with y'all. You're not doing anything. Daniel says, I'm good, bro. Been grinding. That's all you can. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. All right? Tim says, Angry, I will even further sensei for my video gaming, broking, and working out. Guys, I told you Gen Z is Tim's not messing around. Gen Z is angry with our generation. Gen Z is angry with the millennials. And they're not taking the nonsense. Y'all think Gen Z is going to take the nonsense from y'all. Gen Z is not going to take the nonsense from y'all. You're not the future managers. You're not the future presidents. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Gen Z is going to run the world, not the millennials. The millennials can't even hold a conversation. Can't even hold a simple conversation, let alone make complex decisions. A millennial in the White House? You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Maybe Gen X. Maybe Gen X. Not one of us. They're not putting it. I don't even know if you will ever see a 50-year-old millennial. It's a bad generation, all right? It's a skipped over generation, all right? Gen Z will be in the White House long before millennials, all right? Long before Gen Y. But, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me if Generation Alpha, the generation after Gen Z, ended up in the White House while the millennials are now becoming geriatrics. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. You can find all the links to the course in the description of the video if you want to pick up a course. Don't waste your time. Don't sit on your hands because, like I said, we're out of time, all right? We are out of time. Out of time. Game time is over. Grind time is on. That's what you should be doing right now. Shouldn't be gaming. You should be grinding, okay? Chad says the easy way would be to buy crypto and check it out in a few years, but you will miss out on a lot of opportunities to make a lot more. So here's the thing, Chad. The problem with that is that you're going to be missing a lot of key points when you can take profit. Also, you have to constantly monitor different crypto markets, all right? You have to stay on top of your crypto. You have to monitor your crypto. The new course that I just put out that's going to teach you how to take profits perfectly, that course really does go into heavily how and when you should be buying and selling and investing, because as a result, and it actually gives you a strategy for that. There's a concept that I'm working on called the 1/3 method, and you guys really need to learn how to utilize that so that you can basically maximize profits while minimizing losses. All right. And a big problem is that people get, you may think that you're not greedy. but you don't realize that you are. All right, you don't realize that you're greedy. A lot of y'all don't think you're greedy, but you don't. But you don't think you're greedy, but you are. Okay. I'm just putting it out there. You don't think you're greedy, but you are. You got to learn how to invest correctly, or else you're going to end up losing everything. Anyway, guys, I got to go. Love God. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you've invested in. What do you think about the recession being official based on the market data? And what are, what new coins have you stocked up on? Don't forget, you can find the discount code in the description of the video if you want to get a 50% discount on membership from the site. And which will give you access to every course on the platform. Love God, get money, and cheers.